be able to do that when you do come home. Man, it was just like, it was a mind-blowing experience for me because I almost passed up on the program for real, but the 52 weeks blew me away. I said, man, that's a long time. And then I was in it like, when we get out the program, see, in prison, you get incentives for programs, like you get hygiene incentives and bed moves and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting shit about this program. So I'm thinking like, I'm not thinking for the right reasons to take the program. But when I entered the program and I really start listening and applying myself in the program, it really helped me out in the long run. Because the program, it teaches you, first you gotta, like, it starts with saying, that's the great, perfect name for it, because it starts with you first. You gotta figure out who you are first before you can even come home and figure out what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do this and how you're gonna know. You gotta figure out who you are first as a person. So that's what the program taught me. I had to look deep down inside myself and figure out who I was as a person. So when I came home, that was the first brother that came and seen me, man. Carlos, the first brother that came and seen me. I was in a halfway house. He called me, he said, where you at? I said, I'm in the halfway house. Carlos came all the way down there to the halfway house I was at and came and seen me and I was still unknown to the things that was going on out here. But he like, listen, man, he like, it's not what you think out here. He like, man, it's jobs and this and that. He said, don't let people tell you that it's not. So I'm like, man, Carlos really came and see me all the way down here? It must be something, man. So I thought to myself, I said, man. So I started applying myself. I started putting in job applications. Jobs calling me back like crazy. I'm like, man. So now it's time for me to apply the qualities that Carlos instilled in me in the program. So now I go to work. I got my supervisors watching my work ethic. They come to me like, you're a good worker. You're a great worker. But I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm a walking logo. That's all I know how to be. So I applied myself just doing, after I found out who I was. That's what it took. It took for me to find out the person I was. Then I could apply myself, and then I came home to bond with my children. Oh, man. It's nothing like it. I love it, man. My kids, they love me. I love them. It's like the little things I just took for granted when I was in prison. I wasn't able to just sit down and read a bedtime story to my daughter. I wasn't able to just shoot hoops with my son. Like, all those things was taken away from me. And in the visiting room, I used to think back. I still think back to the visiting room days. When they used to come and see me, my daughter and son used to cry when they leave. Like, you coming with me, Dad? I'd be like, man, like, not today. Not today. It hurt inside because knowing that I left them out there. I didn't only hurt myself, I hurt my family also. So I figured I had to do something different when I came home. And I thank Brother Carlos for the program. It helped me a lot in so many ways. I only been home for 15 months and I'm doing great. And about to start my own business. In the process of starting my own business. So it's like the program applies so many qualities in me that now I can live comfortable now. Before the lifestyle I was living, I couldn't live comfortable. It was uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable lifestyle that I was living, man. And it was fake. It felt fake to me. It was a false lifestyle that I was living. Like, I'm running the streets all day and all night, and I got kids at home, you know? But I'm thinking money can solve all the problems. Just because I'm coming home with money and doing this and doing that, the money wasn't solving no problems. It was making the problems worse. I was headed on my way to prison to hurt my family. But the WalkingLogo program, I can say, if every brother that's incarcerated right now take the WalkingLogo program, I'll say 80% of the brothers that come home, 100%.
Right.
100% of the brothers that come home successful, because if they apply themselves right, if you know who you are and you apply yourself, man, you can come home, you can do what you want to do. You can come home and do what you want to do. You just have to apply yourself. And I want people to see, like, people put stereotypes on people in prison. Like, oh, he's not going to do this, he'll be back. Like recidivism rate, they say we'll be back, 75% go back. That's a lie. That's a lie. If you apply yourself, you'll stay out. It's not hard to stay out of prison if you know who you are and you know what you want out of life. So it's just like, to me, the program helped me in so many ways. I can just go on and on and on and on and on. We'll be here all night. But we got time. And like Carlos, man, I really appreciate you and the things you're doing, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
It's not, like you say, it's not an organization, it's a movement, man. It's more than an organization, it's a movement, man. So we got to come out here and get united, and all the brothers, man, just show people that it's a way. It's a way out, man. It's a way out. We don't have to keep going back. I feel honored just to come up here and just talk to y'all, man. Just being a graduate of the WalkingLogo program and really living it out, though. Just really living it out. And I thank y'all. I thank Carlos. And I am a WalkingLogo. My name is Eli Johnson.
Thank you, Brother Eli. Beautiful story. Let me divert you guys' attention to the centerpiece here. We've got, each table has a centerpiece in the frame, and these are actual letters from store citizens in London Correctional Institution that handwritten letters today for this event. So I want you guys to get a chance, just kind of look at the letters. These are guys that are currently in the program for starts with them in London. And each table has a different letter, talk about their experience in the program. So we get a chance to take a look at it. Okay? Next, we're going to bring our brother Israel Wright. Israel is a facilitator for Starts With Them program. Coming up, my brother, he's going to give us a perspective on teaching and doing what.
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm Israel Wright, and when I first started with Carlos, how far did we go back?
Man, when I was putting my finances together,
I met Carlos at the bank. He came in. Is that 2009? 2009. 2009? I met Carlos at the bank, and he came out talking about his finances. And as we sat and we built rapport, you know how Carlos is a lovable guy. And I was talking to him, and he was like, hey, you know, I got this idea for this business. This is it. This is really it. Really it. He and I talked, we talked about it a little bit, we discussed it, came up with some pieces, and I helped him in any way I could. And then by the time it actually was in motion, I became one of the facilitators down in Lancaster. And the thing that Carlos wanted in the organization was legitimacy, credibility, authenticity. That's what he wanted. And just from being a reformed citizen as he is, he brings that just by default. He can walk in and say, hey, I've been with you, and this is what I learned, this is what I got out of it, and this is where I am today. So I'm not saying I'm the greatest guy in the world, but I am saying that these steps have worked for me. And I believe that if you follow these steps, they'll work for you. So Brother Eli, he said they did. They do. And so what I do, and what Carlos is looking for in facilitators, are those facilitators who are experts in their crafts. I'm a financial guy. I won't even go into what I have and who I am and what I've done and not to support. But just suffice to say that it's legitimate. And in that legitimacy, when I go present to the people inside, what I do is I just say, hey, this is what finance is. This is how it works. If you want to open a business, this is how you do it. I don't have to make a sale. I don't have to make a pitch. I don't have to do any of those things. All I have to do is stand there and say, A, B, C, D, all the way to Z, this is what it is. That's what Carlos is looking for, and that's why it works. Because he teams up, he partners, he recruits, he brings on professionals in their field. I don't step in any other field. I'm working on a doctorate in psychology. I don't even talk about that. I talk about the money side, because that's where he has me placed. Carlos, where you want me? Is, stick to the money. Got you. Right? That's what he says. So that's what I do. And so the whole point of the organization is really making sure that the information that is delivered is legitimate, credible, and authentic, basically. Authentic. So it works for you when you get it. That's really where the organization is. The organization has a lot of tools, has made a lot of headway. I could go on and on, but here, say this right here. But I flew up from New Orleans to do this morning. That's why I'm here. I came up from New Orleans. When I left the house this morning at 5 o'clock, it was 82 degrees.
Thanks for sharing that.
I had to rub that lean on you. I was riding my motorcycle the other day. But seriously, in all actuality, I'm here for Carlos because I have believed in it from the day that I met him. I've watched it grow from a seedling to an oak tree, not quite the redwood that it's going to be, but it's a still nice sized tree. And that's where we are right now. And I believe in it, and I know it can get bigger. And I appreciate and thank you for all of your support for coming out and supporting him the way that I am. Obviously, it's a movement. It's a real life movement. It works. I've been in Lancaster. I talked to the young cats. I get it. And they say, man, this is real. This was real. I'm like, yes. It's legitimate. It's legitimate. It's real. And that's what we're here to do, is make sure that we can continue on this movement and growing it and facilitating more participants, more facilitators to make sure we can reach more areas, because I don't have to give you the numbers about who's in there and what they're doing and who is in there is of us. I don't have to give you those numbers. You know those numbers. So the more headway we can make, the better it is for us. The more graduates we have, more successful members of the community, more men back to their children, back to their families, back to us. That's what we're looking for. And so this whole event right now and the others that will be coming are designed to create the momentum in the movement. That's what it's for. So if you have any questions, talk to me. Talk to anybody who's graduated. Talk to any of the facilitators. Talk to anybody. The Urban League or anybody, I don't care. Talk, read, watch the news, anybody. Just talk about it. Because if you're talking about it, it's bringing the vibrations, it's bringing the movement and stirring it up. It may not actually be tangible right now, but it's going to be just like 7 years ago when we met. It was an ideal in his head, and today it's tangible. So let's keep this movement moving and growing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. So I too had the pleasure of actually working with Carlos too. Starts with him. We actually was in London this morning, and on Thursday we have the opportunity to go inside of London and facilitate about 27 guys. And in my area is cognitive behavioral therapy. So we talk about the thinking, we talk about the behaviors, we talk about the patterns of my life and some of the habits that we've had for years and years, and how that has to change. So it's just been a real pleasure. And again, I just want to encourage you guys to look at the centerpieces and read these letters because they're from the heart. Okay, so we're going to serve dinner. Are we ready to serve dinner yet? Or?
A couple of minutes.
Okay, all right. So why don't you come up with some time? How's that, brother?
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I think we can do that, right? I'm on the time minute here. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I had went to a brother the other day, well, a couple months ago. The brother told me, he says, Carlos, your watch is on your right-hand side and it should be on your left-hand side. Men are supposed to wear their watches on their left-hand side. And I said, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, I hear you, man, but I've been wearing it on my right-hand side for all that I can remember.
he said, you know, it's supposed to be on your left hand side. He said, it just gets to me. And I respected the brother where he was coming from. And I said, okay. So I go to a place, and what I seen was a bunch of dudes with their watches on their left hand side. And I'm looking at everybody's wrist. So now I'm like, looking at everybody's wrist like this, like, man, everybody's wrist, their watches are on their left hand side. Like, maybe my watch should be on my left hand side. Like, maybe I didn't get this memo. I just always thought that it's comfortable on my right hand. I'm a right-handed guy, and I'm gonna go like this, and this is how I'm gonna do it, right? So so then I go back to the computer, Google it, because I got to Google it now I got to verify it. Now, where am I supposed to wear my watch at as a man? You know, I want to know where I'm supposed to wear my watch at, right? I Google it, and what Google tells me is that you are supposed to wear your watch on your less dominant hand. You know, so if you are right-handed, it's supposed to go on your left hand. If you are left-handed, it's supposed to go on your right hand. So once I got that information, I said, okay, I'm gonna do things right because I'm a restored citizen, right? I'm into doing things right now, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna do things right. If I'm supposed to wear it on my left hand, then I'm gonna wear it on my left hand. I'm not gonna be outside the box. I'm gonna fit within the structure on how I should get it done, right? So I said, okay, I'm about to go ahead and get it done. I'm gonna put it on my left hand. So I put the watch on my left hand, and I'm like, man, this stuff is crazy. It just kept on unbuckling on me and everything else. I'm saying, this don't make no sense. It's not working for me. So I put it back on my right hand, and I just can't do it because it just feels so uncomfortable. So I said, man, I can't do it. So I go back out again, and I see these individuals with their watches on their left-hand side again, reminding me like, Carlos, you need to be wearing your watch on your left-hand side, right? And I'm trying to tell myself, and I told my son, no, Carlos, young Carlos. He don't know because he's about to be 19, so he don't want to be little Carlos no more. Young Carlos, right? So I'm telling young Carlos, like, he said, man, Dad, I wear my watch on my right hand side too. So food don't fall far from the tree, right? I wear my watch on my right hand side too. And I say, man, son, we've been doing it wrong. We got to wear it on the left hand side, right? So I do it again. So I go back again, and I had to fight through that difficulty in switching my watch to the next hand. And what I'm trying to get to is that I did it and I stuck with it, but it just started to be okay. Now my watch is on my left hand and my bracelet is on my right hand. Now it's easy, it's automatic now, right? But I say that to say it was difficult in switching my watch to another hand. How difficult do you think it is going to be to transfer your mentality of being committed to the streets and then saying that you're going to be committed to society and be committed to a civilian mentality versus being committed to an outlaw mentality? How much time do you think that that's going to take? See, a lot of times what we fail to realize is that change is a process, and it doesn't just happen like that. It doesn't just happen overnight. You have to put in the work to change, and it's a process. It takes time. And that's why I was telling my good brother Eli that we have to do 52 weeks. We can't do just 90 days because it takes more than 90 days to get rid of all of the junk that we have perfected so well. We need to start to adopt a new way of thinking, a new way of living, that we are going to be assets to our communities. And this is the movement. This is the movement. This is what it's all about. It's saying that we are going to adopt a whole nother mentality to where we are here with our children doing things that we are supposed to be doing, where we are adding value to the environment and not sucking value from the environment. See, before we were sucking the value from the environment because we didn't put in the work to be who we needed to be, and we didn't have the right information. That's how powerful it is. Information is valuable. Like, a lot of times we didn't have the information to be who we needed to be. We had the wrong information. We had the information coming from Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy told us that we can sell all of this dope and we can make it to the Bahamas. If we sell it all in a couple of weeks, we can make it there, you know, but he didn't tell us about the penitentiary. He didn't tell us about that. So how do we change the game? We change the game by getting the information to showcasing this. Dion, that brother said that life is good taking care of my son and my daughters. Life is good. Eli, man, we done got domesticated out here. We domesticated. Life is good, and we showcase that. And this is what this movement is about. and everybody in this room today